All right, welcome back. So, today, the auction that we're going to be taking a look at is this Black Label Zekrom, Japanese. And bidding ends in 22 minutes. And it's already at $4,550. Holy moly. Look at that. So for this series, I'll be going over different auctions that are about to end, kind of like this one. We'll kind of talk about the product. It's not always going to be a Pokemon card. It's just that Pokemon is what's in right now, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So yeah, we'll kind of go through some lore, go through some interesting facts, some neat facts here until this ends. And then once it gets closer to the bidding time, or I guess the end of the bidding time, then we'll circle back to this page. My goodness, it's already 33 bids in. Pretty sure this was in for like a whole week. It's been like a week since this started. Probably at 1 cent, but I'm not signed in, so I can't really check the previous bids. But we'll see where this price gets to. But we'll also go back to that later. So to get into the lore, we'll start here. So this is Cerebi.net. Shout out to Cerebi. Lots of different wiki and guides. Just a whole bunch of info on almost everything Pokemon related. Mostly the video games. Here we see that Pokemon Black and White. It is it's way back. Black and White, Gen 5 Pokemon. Released in September 18, 2010. So it's been 15 years since these two Pokemon were introduced. And now this set Pokemon cards, it's just released in Japan like a few months ago, and now America is getting them July 18th, which is in like 3 days. Yeah, so it'll be this set is called Black Bolt and White Flare in English. I don't know what the Japanese names are. But yeah, it's following the Black and White games from 15 years ago. It's gonna have just a little look into some of the products they're gonna release out here. All right, and as you can guess, the main two legendaries, Zekrom and Reshiram, are the chase cards. And in this set in particular, there's a new rarity. And this new rarity, a lot of people are calling it BWR for Black White Rare, because as you can see, the card is pretty much all black, and the Reshiram is pretty much all white. So it's an SAR, Special Art Rare. That's the type of rarity. But since the card is monochrome, they're calling it like a BWR rare. And here, we'll just take a look at TCG Player at Zekrom. We can see that price has gone down. You know, after a set releases, prices are super high because it's all in demand and probably low stock everywhere. But the prices are calming down a bit, reaching 260. Now this is for a raw card. So raw means you open the pack up and that's the card. You've done nothing to it. And here's the Reshiram. So we could see it's basically just the same thing, but all white. Now you can't really tell because of the picture, but these hollow patterns, IRL, super clean. It's about the same price raw for Reshiram. So that, I mean, they're both the chase cards for their respective sets. So, you know, they'll be about the same pull rates, the same rarity, probably same price even. Now, if you're new to Pokemon, don't know much about why this one card in particular is so expensive, we'll kind of guide you through it. So, for Pokemon cards, not just Pokemon cards, for cards in general, you're able to grade them, like baseball cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, any old school cards, Magic the Gathering. There's other new ones now, like Lorcana, One Piece. I guess they're a few years old now. But there's companies that you send them to. In particular, something like this one, this Charizard here, was sent to PSA. They're a company that grades cards. This one in particular got a grade of 10, 1 out of 10, so it's like the best in best perfect shape. So they grade them based off of the edges, how centered the card is. So edges is like if there's any white marks or like bent corners or anything, the corners also have to look nice. The centering has to be even, so this yellow part on the left and right, also top and bottom, have to kind of be 50-50 for it to get a 10. The surface of the card can't have any scratches. And if you open a pack, pull out a card, even though it's fresh, like there's nothing that you've done to it to damage it, it could still have a low grade because maybe when they printed the card, one side might be a little bit larger than the other side. And by the side, I mean the bordering, this yellow bordering. Or it could have some defects on the surface itself. A lot of things could affect it. But anyway, PSA is one company, and another company is CGC. So I'm showing you these pictures so you can see what the case looks like for each of these. So this is what PSA looks like. They have like this red border on their little header up here. CGC, if you have a pristine 10, so a really neat card, they give you this kind of black label up here. But now we get into BGS or Beckett. Beckett, whenever you grade with them, they tell you the grading for each criteria, I guess. So centering for this card in particular, 10, 10, 10. Edges brought this down to a 10 pristine. So since the edges was a 9.5, it got so close, so close. And if all of these were 10, then this would be a black label. So that's one thing, I guess, separate that Beckett does, aside from PSA, is that if you get a perfect card, pretty much has to be perfect. Even if it was perfect, people say you have to be lucky, because even if it was perfect, maybe the grader might say, probably, I don't know. But you know, people say different things. Like, but yeah, this one, 9.5, maybe the edges were perfect, and maybe the grader just said, I don't want more black labels in the pop report, so let's just bump down a grade and not give it I don't know, you know. But yeah, whenever all of these are 10, it becomes a black label and it becomes super clean, and it's very rare. So the card that we're looking at today, we got 11 minutes left to wait. until the end of this bid. Let's see, as you can see from the timer under me too, but price hasn't changed. Well, actually, let me refresh it. Let's see. Yep, price hasn't changed. Normally it doesn't change or do anything. There's usually a little movement until the very end. All right, back to it. Here I just wanted to show you the difference in price between a card that's not graded at all. So see this card? It's an EV card. It last sold recently, a recent sale, for $17.30, right? But if it becomes a black label, if you're able to get a black label, 10 out of 10, $831. What is that? 830 divided by 17. What is that? That's almost a 50x increase in the price of your card, the value of your card. It's 49 times almost. That's insane. And if we keep scrolling, let's see. I'm trying to find a PSA 10. So PSA, a little or a lot more lax on their grading. They don't really tell you much about why they gave you the grade. Personally, not a fan, but it's kind of the industry standard. A lot of people graded with them. A lot of cards are graded through PSA, so there's some value in it, but it's only $50 for PSA 10. PSA deems this card almost pretty much perfect, 10 out of 10, but it's only $52. But people know that Beckett doesn't just like willy-nilly hand out these 10 out of 10s, like a black label 10. So that's why it can go for so much more. $831. And you could see this on other cards too. Like this one, black label, $18,750 for black label, but a PSA, something under $9,000. $5,700 for this one. My goodness, that's even for these higher value cards. It's like a 3x in value. I don't know if this was graded or raw, but man. So you could see how BGS black labels are so sought after. Let's see, is this another example? Yep. So this one, $8.50. You know, even cheap cards. A cheap card, $8.50. You could probably buy it for even less. Raw. Well, maybe not. For Japanese card, usually Japanese cards are less rare than English cards because they have better pull rates, usually. So even for this Japanese Flareon, $8.50, that's a 10x in value between a raw card and a BGS 10. That's insane. And if you keep going, here's a PSA 10, $56. That's just no comparison. Or no, not 10x, 100x. What am I saying? The other one's just like a 6x in value for PSA 10 versus 100. Oh man, that's crazy. And here's just like a lot of other examples of black label cards. And as you can see, all of them, hundreds, thousands of dollars. And then, I don't know if you saw, but there's actually already a sale on this card not too long ago, July 13th. 2 days ago, another black label Zekrom was sold. And the bidding for that went all the way up to $8,900. Ooh-wee. $8,900. Where are we at right now? Let's go back. Let's check. Okay. Oh, it went up. It went up by like $300. It was 4,550. Now it's 4,850. We have 6 minutes left. Oh man. I think one more, was it one or two more bids? 35 bids. Okay. Well, we'll keep track of that. All right. So here with 44 bids in, it got to $8,900. My goodness. So we're gonna see how fast this number flies up. It's only half of that. We still got a long way to go. Oh man. And here we have something called the pop report. So this tells you how many of these cards exist. So when you send them to these companies, they keep a report on how many of each grade they give out. So here is our card that we're looking at today, the Zekrom. And as you can see, there's been 27 of them graded in total, but only 2 black labels exist. So that means this one black label that got sold recently, right here, for 8,900 was one of the black labels, and today we're seeing the second one get sold. Now I don't know if they were both owned by the same people or whatever, but this is exciting. Oh man. And the reason why it's exciting to see the value of these cards through bidding is because we get to find out what the value of it is, the market value of it. So after this bidding, oh, it just went up again, 5,000. It's in the 5,000s now. Oh, whenever the values, or whenever a bid ends and someone buys this card, that's kind of like the new value of the card. So if there was someone who were trying to buy it, they would go back, look at the history of the card sales, and they'd probably make up a price for their card based off of these older sales. So man, so we're seeing 1 out of 2 of these. Yep, they even had like a post the other day saying this card was sold, because it just came out. It was like 2 months ago. It just came out 2 months ago. Man. Now the interesting thing is, a lot of people in this hobby maybe started, a few years ago, maybe half a year ago in January when things started blowing up. Maybe they don't know, but there was already a black and white Pokemon set released years ago. So I'm pretty sure this was 2011-ish, like a year after the Pokemon game came out. Remember, the game came out in 2010. So like a year after the a Pokemon card set came out, called Black Collection and White Collection. And they actually had a very similar card, like this card right here, this Zekrom. It was kind of mostly black, full art, and they had a white version as well, the Reshiram. Let me see, where did I... Yep, here. A Zekrom and the Reshiram. And that was mostly white. So very similar, but they're not completely white. Like, as you can see, the element, the fire energy, the lightning energy, you could still see like some color, right? It's not all black compared to the 2005 card. But yeah, this came out 14 years ago. So that's why this set, they're kind of bringing it back. It wasn't like some crazy original idea. They're just kind of bringing it back for hype, And what's even more funny is that the Zekrom was actually from the white set. It's from the white collection. This says white collection right here. The black Pokemon, the Zekrom, is in the white collection, while the Reshiram is in the black collection. Isn't that funny? They kind of flip-flopped. All right, let's go. Let's look back. We got 1 minute, 45 seconds left. All right. We'll just kind of sit here and chill for a bit, just to see.
Oh, it's already at 8,000. I didn't even notice. 49 bids. Oh, it's at $8,100.
Remember the previous Zekrom was it sold for $8,900. It already almost doubled in those 5 minutes.
Oh man. Oh man. Let's go.
For eBay, I don't even know if I need to keep on refreshing for eBay.
Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute left. Oh, my heart's pounding. Oh,
Alrighty.
45.
Oh, we'll see the skyrocket. You know, sometimes people bid and there's just not enough time. Like those last second bids, the last 5 seconds, and there's just not enough time. And the bid probably could go higher and higher. Like we don't even know. But since the auction ended, it just ends at whatever price it is. But like maybe that 8,900 for the previous one, it could have been like 10,000. So we'll see. We'll see where this one gets us to. All right, we're coming in on the last 10 seconds. Oh my goodness. Okay. 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 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
It didn't know.
Oh. Oh. Dang. Okay. I guess no crazy bidding war at the end there. I guess everyone was topped up. It was just 8,100 was it. Let's refresh it a bit. Yep, it's 8,100. Dang, nothing crazy this time. That means the person here who bought this for 8,900, they overpaid by 800. It's either that or, well, okay. So since this is the new last sold, this kind of sets the value, the price for the market, right? So if you had one and you were trying to sell it now you'll probably think about getting about 8,001 or charging about 8,100. Oh, there goes the alarm. I guess it was like a few seconds late, but man, 8,100. Not bad, not bad.
Oh, what a ride.
Didn't quite reach 8,900. 8,100 for the final value of the bid. Man, what a stream. Alright, well, if you have any suggestions for the next bidding, could be anything. Doesn't have to be Pokemon, could be anything. Just comment down below.